I'm with you.
All right, so welcome back from Desk Below. Man, right here, man, I got one of my childhood heroes right here, man. I grew up to this man in elementary, junior high, high school, man, all the way to this day right here, man. I can go on for like a half an hour about this dude right here, but man, I ain't gonna hold you right here. I got the one and only Juelz Santana.
Yep, yep. What's up with you, man?
Man, yo, how you doing, Juelz, man? Yo, in
Oh man,
2024, man.
I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling out, back to putting out this music, man.
Yo, one of the questions I always wanted to ask you, do you consider God Willing an album? I consider that an album.
I actually do. It was an album. Like I always say, people like, especially that project. Like I've had mixtapes that were
Yeah.
like albums, but that was really like an album. Like I just was having a little disagreement with my label at the time, so I decided to make it a mixtape instead of making it a legitimate album because
Yeah.
at the time I felt like they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So and I was getting a lot of money with the mixtapes and doing the mixtape wise. So, I kind of knew how to do it. You know what I mean? Because we have been doing it for so long. So I just put it out that way. But it was an album. You know what I'm saying?
I
Every
hope
song on
Dad
there,
Piff cut the check,
every
man.
song, every song on there was original.
Yeah, it was all original beats. One of the other
Yeah.
things, like, was that considered the Regan era project too? Because man, I remember waiting for that project for so long, and then like grow into
Nah,
God Willing.
I always be having these names and then I'll change them and then
Yeah,
something else comes up. You know how it goes. I'll wait too long waiting for the perfect moment or something. But the Regan era was just a time. That was supposed to be a mixtape though. But
okay.
I wound up doing God Willing. And it that really was the Regan era though, that God Willing. You understand what I'm saying? I just was saying Regan era for so long I didn't like the name no more.
Yeah, it kind of fades out after a while.
You know what I mean? I was saying the name for so long, and God willing came a little bit after. You know what I mean? So I liked it God willing better. You know what I
Has a
mean?
good ring to it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, this just made more sense. But at the time, I was going through everything was God willing. You know what I'm saying? God willing, God willing.
Remember when you were, of course, you remember when you were releasing like the singles like Drake voice, Santana, Bandana, the Olden
Yeah,
back, and then there was no album after that. Yo, like was that just like a single run to like test out
yeah.
like
No, that was actually when at the time when I was doing Love and Hip Hop. And it wasn't
uh,
really like set up for me to do an album at the time. I was just recording music, and I just wanted people to I was recording music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always get this thing like, oh, Juelz not putting that now. He's lazy. It's never that I'm lazy because I'm always recording music and I have a bunch of music. It's just me always waiting for these moments and these things that's like sometimes, it's just about putting it out and just letting the fans have the music and enjoy it. So,
would you say
I
that?
had to get there with myself. You understand what I'm saying? Being such a perfectionist and such an artist that just wants, he sometimes got the best of me. But yeah, that was pretty much it when it came to that.
So what inspired your "I Can't Feel My Face" label now? Because I see you with the change, the baby weed now. Like what inspired that label?
Pardon me, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
No, so when I came up, when I was in jail, I kind of was just thinking, like I wanted to brand myself. Always wanted to be, have my own label and
Independent,
stuff like that.
like Skull
Yeah,
Game.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. Like Skull Gang. So, I Can't Feel My Face was a name that was already out there that people were familiar with. And it was like me and Wayne never really did get to do the official I Can't Feel My Face album. So it was like the name was just holding weight by itself with nothing attached to it.
Facts.
You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, people know the name. I was coming out with my weed line at the time, and it was like I Can't Feel My Face just made sense. Like it was just like, I can't feel my face. The weed is so strong, I can't feel my face. So it's like, all right,
Yo, I
you
gotta
know what I
try
mean?
some of
That's what
that. Yo, up here in Canada, man.
yeah.
None of that up here. No,
Yeah, in Canada, man, right?
yes, sir. Have you
What
ever
part
been
of
in?
Canada are you from?
I'm from Alberta.
Okay. So what's
So
that? Where's that? What
it's like right in the
that's
middle, like the
actually
prairies, like right, like 2 states away from Toronto. When you say Canada, everyone's like, "You from Toronto?" Nah, nah,
I
nah,
mean, that's how
nah.
Drake got it right now. That's how Drake got it right now. So I
Yes,
know.
sir.
Nah, but I know different parts of Canada. I just don't know that one you said. I know like Vancouver. You
Yo,
know what I'm saying?
it's okay because I'm gonna be honest, we don't get nobody out here. These promoters,
Uh,
they don't know how to do business out here, Juelz. I'm telling you, they don't.
yeah,
All we get is like the rip off people. Like I don't want to say any names, but you know who, you know what I mean.
I got you.
But one of the things, you know, I always wanted to ask you as a fan, and when you put out music, you have like a lot of introspective records sprinkled in between, like the Daddy record or like Raindrops. Would you consider doing more of that in a new album coming up, like getting more into your personal life?
Yeah, maybe that's a good thought. Maybe I do because everything nowadays I feel like is based like that.
Yeah,
Like people doing projects just for certain things. So it's like, I mean, maybe that's a good idea. I'll do more like I want to do stuff like that because I feel like that's the only way to give everybody what they want anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
well, you
Because
gave that.
I always look at it like that. Like look, I always did my albums in like a strategic form. I've tried to give people all of me. It's all coming from me and it's
Oh
all
yeah, of
from me,
course.
but it's like different ways. Did my, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
you'll get, like you said, you'll have the raindrops, the personal things, but then you'll have the, the Dipset anthems and the things like that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's definitely how do you balance? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially when you want to sell records too. You know, the key is to sell records. You know what I'm saying? And some of those records that people love the most, they is sad, but they don't wind up as big as or
As a club
they're not.
record.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like so it's like that was the thing back in the days. You did the club record to get the attention of the masses and everybody, and then on the album you had pretty much
The
all the
personal
records.
cuts,
That's why
yeah.
even like me, people like some people like you said they want to hear certain things like a Little Boy Fresh or Who Am I, but it's like you got to
Yeah,
remember those records were on my album. Those were never my singles. So it's
yeah.
like if I put out a single, it's probably not going to sound like that. You understand what I'm saying? I've
Yeah.
never put out a single that sounded like
My
what
Will.
like well Raindrops. Raindrops was a single.
Yeah, but
Raindrops I did do
it was
like
mixed in with
I did do
Down.
a video for that.
Down came first, and then it was played with Raindrops.
Yeah,
So
but you see how you got Down, then you had Santana's Town, and then Raindrops was like, just something I did. You know what I'm saying? Even like songs like Daddy. You know what I mean? But I think we're in a day and age though where we can do it. So I never know. Might be something I do. Just the same way you see how I did the video for Little Boy Fresh on
yes, sir.
the shooters. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? That was pretty much my idea because I knew that's a song that's like timeless, and everywhere I go, people always ask me to perform it. They always said, "Why you didn't do a video for it?" So it's like when the shooters thing came around, I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna
Let me
do
do that song.
it.
Yeah, let me do that song.
Mike Check, one of my favorite records. Now,
Wow.
Rakim is in that video. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, why did you not get Rakim on that record? Juelz and because you were on LL's album too back in 2006. But
Yeah.
well,
That's dope. You know that.
why no Rakim and Juelz, sir?
I wanted to do a remix with Rakim on it, but at the time, I don't think Rakim was doing music like that. Like,
Yeah.
he wanted to bless me in the video, and because I reached out to him, and he wanted to show me that he fucked with me in respect. But I just don't think he was recording music like that at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I did ask him. I did ask him for like a remix or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, it's dope if you could on a remix. Like, man, if I was I know his answer was something along the lines like, if I was doing music right now and recording Juelz, it would be no brainer. Like, this would be the record I would get on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's perfect. It's a hip hop record. Like, I love it. That's why he came to the video and he showed me so much love. But it was like, yeah, I just don't think he was recording at that time.
Yeah, because I think that was great after he got after the
But I
deal with
tried.
Dre.
I
Because he was
tried. I
with
tried. I
Dre
tried. I
then.
tried. Yeah, I
Hey, you
tried.
still giving us like classic records. Like, do you also when you perform like these mixtape records like that, do you see the reaction of like the people who grew up with you when you perform these records as opposed to like these new generations who may have heard you from like a 21 Savage record?
Can I tell the difference in the
Yeah.
fan? What you mean? I'm trying.
So
I'm
like
trying to.
let's say you do one of your mixtape tracks live and this one dude knows it word for word, but there's other people who don't even know what that track is. Like, can you tell the difference between those fans?
Oh yeah, I mean, because if a person knows that record, it's a reason he knows that record. So especially if it was like a mixtape record, but you know, I don't really perform too many mixtape records. Honestly, I don't know why.
Would you
I
consider?
perform
Would you
mostly.
consider? Would you consider doing that? Because you guys have
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
mixtape bangers that no video, no live performance. Like, man, if they just perform it
No, I
once, man.
definitely feel like we could. Yeah, yeah. We could do it. I definitely, yeah. Just have to put together the right show for it with the right fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
To
sir.
where we can really make something dope. You know what I'm saying?
With your upcoming album that you showed a preview of the track list, but then you're blanked out. Do you have a title for that album yet?
Better late than never.
Oh, okay, okay. This year or next year?
This year.
Oh, for
About
sure.
to drop I mean any day. It's about to drop. You see, I've been dropping records. I dropped a record with
Boys
me
in
and
the
Jada
Herd.
Kiss.
Ah, that's my shit right there. Boys in the Herd.
Boys in the Hood with me, Meek and Jim. I dropped the one with Jada Kiss, P&B. I dropped another one with A Boogie. So those are all records that's on my album. I'm just gearing up. I'm about to put out another track, then I'm gonna put out the album right after the next track.
Were you experimenting with the score record? Because that doesn't really sound like a Juelz record. That sounds like a more.
Yeah, I was. The score back. I mean, one thing that see this is why I get mad with people sometimes, but I feel like it's just
Oh,
the
I'm
new
sorry. Oh,
generation.
I'm
You
sorry for
can't.
asking.
No. You good. You good. I appreciate that question. I want to answer that because I say like it's really just the new era though. Old fans they know because it's like we used to do mixtapes. The same thing we used to do on mixtape. Like score was nothing but like a crunk music. Like we was
Oh,
experimenting when we did crunk music. That wasn't our sound. That wasn't
that's
our, but it
facts.
worked. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We experiment. We try everything. We were never boxed in. Dipset, as much as we had our own sound, remember why they loved us and we could go everywhere, nigga, because we didn't stay in the box. And I'm not talking to you. I'm
Yes.
talking to the fans.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't stay in the box. That's why we it was accepted and we was able to get shows and while other niggas was stuck in the New York region. You understand what I'm saying? They couldn't get shows. We were able to get shows in Atlanta, outside of fucking Ohio, New Orleans, and shit like
UK.
that. Because yeah,
World.
everywhere. We just made music, bro. We didn't think of it like oh, that's what's popping. We going, So the score record with me was, yeah, it was the first drill beat I ever really did. You know what I'm saying? You're right. I never did a drill beat before. So I mean, it was one that I happened to like and I did. And when the Knicks started winning the playoffs, it just gave me like let me just throw this out real quick. But that's not even like on my album. Like the score record is not even a
Oh,
part of
okay.
my album. It was really just put out because the Knicks were winning.
Yeah, and
And
you're not,
I had this
obviously.
record that was like a drill record. The Knicks were winning. It says score in it. So it's like kind of like a basketball record. It was the playoffs. So it just kind of like when's the if ain't no right time to put this record out, it's might as well put it out now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, and I was just about to start putting out music. So I said, fuck it, let me just throw this out real quick. Cause if not, I'm probably never gonna throw it out. So, it'll just sit in my hard drive and get old. So at least, for the people that do fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely not a Juelz. It's not like that's about to be what you hear from me. That's what
Oh
people
yeah,
hear
yeah.
something and like you see none of the records I dropped after that. Well,
Nothing
sound right.
sounds
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, you know, but you're always gonna get just like my album. You're always gonna have a certain type of record, like a daddy record. But what if people didn't love daddy the way they love it? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Or what if
But
people didn't love certain records the way they love them? So it's like but yeah, and one thing for the score record, we were working on getting that on 2K,
oh, is it
trying to
on
get the sync.
2K?
We're still working on getting it
Yo,
for the
2K,
next. We
yo,
were
get man Juelz on there, man. Don't even
we
got
we,
Jay
we, we,
on
we
there.
I think we was I think I don't do the syncs. I just go by what they tell me, but I think we were kind of late on getting it
They got
put up
updates.
on.
They got updates. They can add an update of Juelz.
That's right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Now, I just got two more questions for you, sir, and I'm gonna let you go because I know you're a busy man.
All
Um,
right.
for somebody who grew up to you in high school, I wanted to dress like you. Well, I'm sorry. I did dress like you. I dressed
Uh,
you, Jim, that whole rock star style. Yo, when people said that where'd you get inspired from that? Juelz right here, man. So do you know like the how international the flyness went during that whole Rockstar era?
Yeah, I do. I do know how far. I mean, I do know how international it went. You see it today. It's still we still so. I mean, right now, everything we did is just being redone. Like it's just they still just going back. Everything we done from look at Chrome Hearts. Like, come on,
Oh, I never thought
like
about that.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like yeah, look at Chrome Hearts. Everything that's going, they redoing the Skull and Bones right now. Even the baggy stuff they
But
redoing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
always consider you guys to be
The
like the
jerseys,
trendsetters of it.
like,
Because you guys make
huh?
what's cool. I always considered you guys the trendsetters. If you guys were rocking it, that's how you knew it was official. Because it had to have that Dipset stamp or Juelz stamp. It's like, yo, this is it
Yeah.
right here.
No, we definitely did a lot for the fashion world. It's just about them knowing the fashion world. You know, we came up in an era where we got our just due. But I guess the you know what I mean. We weren't full blown. We missed a lot of the internet era, I should say.
Real? Would you say that?
I mean, yeah, now it's now, but like when we were
Like,
mainstream, it
oh, I
wasn't no
see what
it wasn't no
you.
Instagram or
Yeah,
nothing like that. Shit, I would have
MySpace. That's it.
I would have 100 million followers if we had
Yeah.
Instagram back from when I had my first album. I would have 100 million
Oh,
followers right now.
back then it was just MySpace on the DVDs.
Yeah, and I didn't even do MySpace. I was still super uncomputer savvy. Like I didn't get onto what do you call these things? These fucking
Apps
apps and stuff. Yeah, I didn't get on apps and stuff until hello.
to like
I'm bad.
2018 for me.
No, until I'm gonna say I don't even know the year because I'm bad with dates, but I'm gonna say Twitter.
Oh, okay. Man, Twitter was wild in '09.
Yeah, Twitter.
Now, for the last question, a lot of people in my media ask a lot of weirdo, wild questions, but I'm trying to change how media works. You have this is for a secret, like Juelz Easter egg for the fans out there. You got a record with Ghostface, Killer, and this dude called Jesse the Wolf. That's a complete club banger. Like, did you never acknowledge that record?
I got a record.
Yeah, you got a record of it's with Ghostface Killer and Jesse the Wolf. It's that song goes crazy in the clubs.
Where? Out there?
No, but no, like back, like this was like 2010. This happened though, but I never see you acknowledge that record. It was released
What's
through
the name of the record?
I'm gonna look it, but it's with Ghostface and Jesse the Wolf. It's with it was released.
Was it put together or was it like something I did?
I'm just trying to find a name for it right now because you never acknowledged that record. That's why I'm just curious if they like
When
paid you
was
for
it
the
done?
verse. I'm looking it up right now. So it says it was made by. It's called Selectica. It's called.
Selectica.
Yeah, it's do you know A-Track? I guess A-Track put it together.
Oh yeah, I think
He
he was
does
just going.
he does
He was
Fool's
just
Gold.
going around like buying verses from people, and and
Ah.
and I never even heard the track. Send it to me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it to you after this because that's one of the things I was always questions. Like this man got a crazy Ghostface killer verse, and you got songs with Method Man, Redman, but it's like, man, that's a club banger right there.
Yeah, I need to hear that.
Yes, sir. Now, no, Juelz, man, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man. You a legend. Before you go, can I get a legendary drop from the Juelz Santana? It's my platform. It's called From the Desk of Low.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Juelz Santana, and right now you checking out From the Desk of Low. You heard?
Yo, that means a lot, Juelz. Yo,